Welcome back, Bills Mafia. And boy, what a first half from the Buffalo Bills today against the New York Jets. And that was the right way to start it off. Unfortunately for the New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers did get hurt in the game, does have a ankle injury. To what extent that is, we don't know yet. But once we find out any information, we will let you know immediately. But it does seem like it's an ankle injury. The x-rays are negative, and he won't be returning today. But that's the unfortunate news for the New York Jets. But for the Buffalo Bills, good first half from the team. Really liked the way that the offense was moving the ball down the field. Overall, in the first half of the game, Josh Allen finished 17 of 21 for 133 yards, one touchdown, one interception, and that was a great way to end the half, getting some points on the board, making it a two-possession game to start. And it is really the Bills moving the ball down the field on offense. The defense of the Bills looks pretty good, except for the run game is not able to stop Breece Hall. And it should have been a couple of tackles for loss when Breece was on the field. But unfortunately, they did break off a 83-yard run. And then they also had another run for Breece Hall that was a pretty good chunk of yardage. As far as rushers for the Bills, James Cook has 8 rushes for 37 yards, averaging 4.6 yards per carry. Josh Allen, 4 for 29. Leading receiver for the game is Stephon Diggs, 6 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown. Good looks overall from Gabe Davis. He did have that one catch for 26 yards. And we also had Dalton Kincaid having 3 catches for 17 yards. Dawson Knox also has 2 catches for 10 yards. And it really looks like the DK brothers are doing their thing to start the year. Really like what I'm seeing from them. Let's go over to YouTube and Facebook with the comments real quick. John Robert said, share and like. Really do appreciate that, John. Appreciate you being back on. Red, White, and Bills. Shout out to Red, White, and Bills. Go ahead and go on over and follow them on YouTube. He said, O-line looks pretty good. Offense looks good. Good Cook looks good as well as the D is amazing besides the 2 run plays, which I completely agree with. And they could have done a better job on those run plays. Overall, that's the halftime adjustment that I think the Bills can make, is being able to stop the run in those situations, which really I think that it comes down to Terrell Bernard he just wasn't in the right place at the right time. He needs to shoot the gap and get in the backfield. And I think that that's something that Sean McDermott can teach Terrell Bernard, is to shoot the gap and get into the backfield on those plays. Don't try and play the same Tremaine Edmonds style where he was trying to he's trying to look for the pass and then go for the run. That's one thing that I think the Bills can do, is just shoot the gap, get into the backfield, just like you saw in that play from Matt Milano where he had a 5-yard loss on that play. And also, this is what Red, White, and Bills said, is stop arm tackling. And then also you had John Robert. He said that it looks like they're trying to use Hardy also. Yeah, I completely agree with you there, John. I think they are trying to use Hardy as much as possible, but it seems like it's in short yardage and they just don't know what to do with him. Like I said earlier, the big news of the night is that Aaron Rodgers is out for the game, only playing 4 snaps overall. And he is done for the day with a ankle injury. That's the biggest news of the day. But overall, really liking what I'm seeing from the Buffalo Bills so far. Let's look at the overall stats in terms of time of possession for the Buffalo Bills. And we will go with that real quick. Overall for the Bills, they have 11 first downs. They're 4 of 8 on third down efficiency. They also have ran almost double the amount of plays that the New York Jets have ran, with 37 plays as far as the 19 from the New York Jets. They also have 3 sacks overall in this game. The Jets have 2 sacks. And then in terms of penalty yards, 3 penalties for 25 yards that have been accepted. Time of possession is a little over 19 minutes for this game for the Buffalo Bills compared to the 10 minutes and 19 seconds to the New York Jets. As far as the overall total yards in this game, it's pretty much even so far. It's 188 for the Buffalo Bills to 143. So pretty much about the same. For the Buffalo Bills to make halftime adjustments, like I said earlier, I do think that the Bills need to be able to use Terrell Bernard to shoot the gap, get into the backfield, and stop Breece Hall on those runs. And then another thing that they need to do on defense is be able to get stops from the running back so that they don't get extra yards on the breaking tackles. That's one thing that they can do a better job of. Overall, really like what the Bills have done so far. Really a lot of positive things that have come out of this game from the Buffalo Bills. And I think this is momentum that they can build on throughout the season. And it's a good start to the season so far from the Buffalo Bills. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, as well as on our website, GoBillsPodcast.com. You can go on over to the website, check it out. You can see all of our upcoming shows that we will have. Our next show that we will have is going to be immediately following the procedure or the end of the game, where we will be going live on the Nickel City Mafia channel on YouTube. So go on over to the Nickel City Mafia and watch that show immediately following the game. And then for the Go Bills podcast, we'll be going live again on YouTube tomorrow after we find out a little bit more information from the Aaron Rodgers situation, as well as if there's any injuries for the Buffalo Bills and stuff like that. We'll be going live around 8 p.m. tomorrow, so tune into that show as well. This has been the Go Bills podcast. We will see you next time for another edition of the Go Bills podcast. Until then, Go Bills.